What Women Want in a Man: How to Become the Alpha Male Women Respect, Desire, and Want to Submit to, by Bryans. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be in a relationship so fulfilling, so incredibly fun, that it feels like the sun shines a little brighter just for you? Picture this: a woman who's beautiful, intelligent, and fiercely loyal, looking at you like you're her king. And here's the kicker: she's not with you for your bank account or your sports car. She's there for you. Whether you're dead broke, fighting a cold, or sporting a receding hairline, her happiness is genuinely tied to yours. All she wants is to be happy with you. Imagine starting every single day with this quiet, unshakable confidence. You know, deep in your bones, that the woman beside you deeply admires, loves, and respects you. In her eyes, you're the perfect man for her, period. Now, this isn't some cheesy Hollywood fantasy. Author Bryans argues this is totally achievable. It's actually the natural result when a man commits to becoming the best version of himself. In his book, What Women Want in a Man, he lays out a blueprint. And no, it's not about manipulation or playing mind games. It's about genuine, profound, personal transformation. For years, we've been fed this line that to win a woman's heart, you need to be a nice guy. Put her needs first, avoid conflict like the plague, and shower her with gifts, hoping she'll eventually love you back. But what if that advice isn't just wrong? What if it's actually sabotaging your chances? What if the very things you're doing to be liked are making her lose respect for you? This book strips away layers of social conditioning to reveal a timeless truth about attraction. It's a deep dive into masculine and feminine energy, helping you understand what a high-quality woman instinctively craves in a man. It's not about being perfect or superior. It's about tapping into your deepest masculine energies, reaching your highest potential, and becoming the kind of man that an amazing woman not only desires, but is desperately waiting for. By the time we're done today, you'll understand the fundamental force that governs attraction between men and women. You'll discover why the nice guy so often finishes last. And you'll learn the single most important quality you need to cultivate to become not just attractive, but absolutely irreplaceable to the right woman. This isn't just about dating. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. Let's kick things off with a simple but powerful observation. Think about the most iconic male characters in movies: James Bond, Indiana Jones, Han Solo. What do they all share? It's not just their charm or sense of adventure. It's something deeper, an undeniable masculine presence. They've got this potent mix of mature masculinity and romantic allure. Men want to be them, and women want to be with them. But why does this work? Bryans calls this quality masculine chivalry. Now, before you picture some knight in shining armor rescuing a damsel in distress, let's be crystal clear about what this isn't. Masculine chivalry is not about bending over backwards to give a woman everything she wants. It's not about always putting her needs before yours, hoping she'll fall in love with you for it. It's not being a love-struck puppy who thinks flowers and candy are magical keys to her heart. And it's definitely not being some macho jerk flexing his muscles to win her affection. So what is it, exactly? Masculine chivalry is the perfect blend of manly virtues and courtly behavior. It's where a mature masculine man meets a romantic, seductive man. The mature man is confident, assertive, and self-directed. He knows his purpose in life. The chivalrous man is courageous and empathetic. He knows when it's right to go above and beyond to improve the lives of those he cares about. This man sees the world as abundant. He doesn't need to be the center of attention, and he's not desperate for approval. His satisfaction comes from a deep, inner sense of duty, a duty to become his best so he can give his best. He finds fulfillment in overcoming his own fears and weaknesses, and in protecting the people he loves. This man is both a leader and a healer. He's committed, first and foremost, to his principles. He lives by a code of honor. He's committed to his purpose in life, viewing his work not just as a job, but as a calling. And finally, he's committed to his relationships, treating his family, friends, and especially his woman, with respect and honor. This is the kind of man a high-quality feminine woman is powerfully and instinctively drawn to. It's not a preference. It's a deep biological pull. You can't fight nature. Which brings us to the central question of the entire book, a question that's puzzled men for centuries. What do women really want? The answer is surprisingly simple. The main thing a woman wants from a man is the experience of feeling like a woman. Let that sink in. She wants to lose herself in her femininity. And the only way she can truly experience this is when a man acts like, well, a man. The more masculine a man is in his character and behavior, the more feminine he makes the women around him feel. It's a natural law of polarity, like two magnets. The stronger the positive charge on one end, the stronger the negative charge on the other, and the more powerful the attraction between them. This means that by developing the kind of masculine character qualities a woman is hardwired to respond to, you naturally make yourself irresistible and irreplaceable to her. This isn't about faking it, it's about becoming more of who you truly are at your core. So how do you build this powerful masculine character? It starts with taking control of your life, taking responsibility for your thoughts and actions, and learning to manage your emotions. A high-quality woman is far more attracted to a man's character than his looks or possessions. While physical appearance might create an initial spark, it's strength of character that keeps her attracted for the long haul. She wants to know she can depend on you, not just when times are good, but especially when things get rough. She wants assurance that she's with a man through and through, someone who won't fall apart at the first sign of trouble. This feeling of security is everything. It's the key that unlocks her trust, and without trust, there can be no deep love or respect. This is why women have a habit of testing men. These tests aren't malicious games designed to stress you out. They're a subconscious, built-in mechanism for her to gain certainty about your character. She's trying to see if you are who you say you are. A charming personality might get you through the door, but under her testing, any fake persona will eventually crumble. Her tests are designed to get past the mask and see the real, authentic you. What she really wants is a feeling of security, knowing that no matter what life throws her way, you'll be there as a source of strength. Women are naturally hardwired to seek power and security from a man. Ending up with a weak or wavering man jeopardizes her emotional and even physical survival. She can't control this instinct. The safer a woman feels with you, the more she'll open up to you, mind, body, and soul. She'll be more than willing to follow your lead, as long as she can place her complete confidence in you. This leads us to the single most important skill you can develop to build a character that a woman finds overwhelmingly desirable. Become a master at making intelligent decisions in the face of conflict, and a master at handling your emotions. The more control you have over yourself, especially during stress, the more attractive you become. She has no control over this feeling. When she sees you as a source of strength, it becomes easy for her to trust you. And this brings us to what the author calls the unforgivable sin, the one thing that can ruin everything, your own insecurities. Why is an indecisive man such a turnoff? Why does lack of confidence make a woman cringe? Because these traits signal insecurity. And insecurity is the opposite of the security she's biologically programmed to seek. If a man is insecure with himself, in his ability to make decisions, to commit, to lead, he can't provide that essential feeling of safety. Nature has designed her to avoid these kinds of men because, from an evolutionary perspective, mating with an insecure man is a bad bet for survival. Your insecurities will cause her to become unsure about you. And if she becomes unsure about your ability to lead and protect her, she'll eventually lose all respect and desire for you. It's not that she wants to feel this way. She has no choice. This is why a man who lives by a set of principles or a code of ethics is so attractive. His decision-making isn't based on fleeting emotions or the pressures of the moment. It's based on something solid, something unchangeable. A woman knows, on a subconscious level, that she can be emotional, and sometimes irrational. She doesn't want to be in a relationship with another version of herself. She wants a man who's led by unchanging ideals, values, and principles. A man who follows a code. Finding such a man is critical to her survival, and she instinctively knows this. Now, we all have insecurities. Being a man isn't about being flawless. It's about how you deal with those insecurities. Do you hide them, let them control you? Or do you face them, take responsibility for them, and work on them? An intelligent, quality woman knows no man is perfect. But she can tell when you're hiding something. If she sees that you're actively trying to better yourself, even with your inner conflicts, a good woman will want to help you. She'll support you. Her support will be based on your commitment to your own growth. This is the beauty of having a set of standards. Your insecurities and personal issues will never dictate your decision-making. A good woman loves a man who lives by his virtues, not merely by his emotions. This is the kind of leadership she can rely on, and it will provide her with the security she needs to place her faith completely in you. Now, I've got some bad news. There's a persona many of us have adopted, believing it's the key to a woman's heart, but it's actually ruining our chances. I'm talking about the nice guy. If you're in a relationship, your nice guy persona may be causing your woman to lose respect and desire for you. If you're single, it's likely the reason you're being overlooked. A good woman wants you to grow a backbone and hold on to it. She does not want you to give your power over to her. In fact, if you hand her your power, she will, without question, lose her attraction for you. You might be thinking, but women say they want a nice, sweet guy. Let me be clear. If you want a healthy, meaningful, fulfilling relationship with an amazing woman, you have to learn how to stop being Mr. Nice Guy. So why is this? Here are 3 reasons why no woman in her right mind wants to be with a textbook nice guy. First, nice guys have difficulty doing the right thing. Instead of doing what's right, they do what is nice. They make decisions based on trying to keep everyone else happy, often at the expense of their own self-respect. A woman with her act together won't tolerate this. She'll see you as a pushover, easily led by others, and unreliable in a crisis. If you lack personal integrity, it means you lack self-respect, and no woman can truly respect a man who doesn't respect himself. Second, being Mr. Nice Guy makes you seem less authentic. Nice guys have a problem saying no. They say yes to almost any request, filling their lives with other people's burdens and plans. They place themselves second to everyone and everything else. A woman can never be sure what's authentic about a man like this. If you can't be true to yourself, she'll feel you can't be true to her. She won't feel secure, and intimacy becomes impossible. Third, nice guys give their power away to women. They develop a relationship dynamic where they need a woman to be happy with them in order for them to be happy with themselves. They live for her approval. No woman in her right mind wants this. She'll feel forced into the position of being the man in charge, a role she despises. And she'll come to despise the man who put her in that position. Because of these patterns, nice guys tend to attract or even create manipulative women who prey on their passive nature. A nice guy might attract a very possessive woman and tolerate her high demands just to keep her happy, all while suffering inside. This suffering comes from a lack of personal boundaries. The more he overlooks her behavior, the more he begins to resent her, and worse, himself. Here are 10 things you should know about the nice guy persona. See if any sound familiar. 1. He believes that if he's good and giving, he'll get love and happiness in return, almost like a transaction. 2. He offers to do things for a woman he hardly knows, driven by a strong desire for her approval. 3. He avoids conflict by withholding his true opinions, agreeing with her even when he doesn't. 4. He tries to fix all of her problems, making him a magnet for damaged women. 5. He has an overpowering need for approval from everyone, feeling guilty if he says no. 6. He tries to hide his flaws and mistakes, presenting a false, perfect image of himself. 7. He's afraid of failure and criticism, which leads to perfectionism and procrastination. 8. He tends to overanalyze everything instead of feeling things out and trusting his gut. 9. He has difficulty making his own needs a priority, pretending they aren't important. 10. He's often emotionally dependent on his woman, believing that as long as she's happy, he's happy. If any of this resonates, it's time to kill your inner nice guy. This will be uncomfortable, but it's essential. The first step is becoming aware of these behaviors in yourself. The second is being honest about which ones apply to you most. As you interact with people, especially women, catch yourself in the act of being inauthentic to avoid conflict. Catch yourself doing the nice thing instead of the right thing, and consciously choose the more difficult but more honorable path. The best piece of advice for this? Turn the art of disappointing people into a practice. When you realize that disappointing someone is necessary for a win-win outcome, or to protect your own boundaries, see it as an opportunity to build your self-esteem. Each time you stand up for yourself, you get stronger as a man. This brings us to a crucial point. Stop living for a woman's approval. Every day that you seek a woman's approval, a little bit of your inner manliness dies. You are meant to be self-reliant and independent. The most valuable thing you can do is become comfortable with the word no. Become comfortable telling people no, and become comfortable hearing no from others. This is perhaps the fastest way to become a more mature, confident, and self-assured man. It doesn't mean you're becoming selfish. In fact, it'll make you more generous, because the only way you can authentically help someone is if you're free from needing their approval. Learn to be ridiculously comfortable with people not liking you. A high-quality woman is much more attracted to a man who knows what he wants and is determined to get it. She'll gladly follow a man who can tell her no when she needs to hear it. Knowing that she can sometimes be emotional, she'll unconsciously desire a man who can put her in her place when necessary. It shows her you have courage and integrity. If you can stand up for yourself, she knows you can stand up for her. Learning to embrace conflict, rejection, and obstacles will make you stronger and more resilient. Let the word no become a source of motivation. Use it as fuel to propel you toward your goals. This develops mental toughness. When you can let people disagree with you or reject you without taking it personally, you tap into a new source of power. Embracing no will make you resilient. Becoming resilient strengthens your character, and a man with strong character is highly attractive to a quality woman. Now let's talk about becoming your own man. When you were a young boy, you were likely fearless. You said what you wanted, did what you wanted, and didn't care what anyone thought. But one day that changed. You became self-conscious. You decided it wasn't right to always state your opinions. You lost your inner compass and became someone else's man. The goal now is to get that inner compass back. Imagine being so cool and confident in any situation because you have an inner locus of control. You aren't swayed by popular opinion because you have an inner knowing that justifies your actions. This is what it means to be your own man. It doesn't mean you don't seek advice. It means that when you do so willingly, by your own choice. You submit to good advice because you choose to, not because you feel obligated to gain approval. A mature man knows when to close his mind against opposition and move forward with what he believes is right, but he also knows when to open himself up to the right kind of influences to make better decisions. A good woman is more willing to support a man who has a mind of his own. She doesn't want a man who falls prey to peer pressure. The number one enemy in building a powerful relationship is your insecurities. Most relationship problems, misunderstandings, communication issues can be traced back to the insecurities of both partners. To mature as a man, you must learn to overcome these. You have to kill your inner weakling. This weakling refers to the deep-rooted emotional issues that create guilt, shame, doubt, and worry. It's those little voices in your mind that put you in a negative state. If you don't get control of your own thought processes, your mind will be ruled by fear, and you'll become paralyzed, unable to make decisions. If you don't feel secure within yourself, no woman will feel secure with you. You have a choice in what you allow to influence you. The outside world can either enhance your insecurities or reduce them to nothing. You decide what goes into your mind. So how do you kill this inner weakling? You create and follow your own code of conduct. A man without a code is like a castle without walls. Anyone can intrude and corrupt his thoughts. Your code of conduct is a set of rules by which you regulate your life. This alone is enough to make a great woman fall in love with you, because it shows her you have goals and standards. Your code will help you figure out what's important to you and what you're unwilling to compromise on. To create your code, find a quiet place and think about what's most important to you. What are you unwilling to compromise on? How will you treat others? What are the morals and values you choose to live by? What kind of man would you like to become? Write it all down. Go over it every day until it seeps into your subconscious mind. Use this code to replace the old, broken records in your mind that tell you you're not good enough. Without a code, you'll be a chameleon, changing who you are just to fit in. You'll be an approval-seeking victim, willing to suffer just to be liked. Create your code and stick to it. As men, we gain self-confidence when we act with integrity on what we believe is right. Another powerful way to kill your inner weakling is to study the lives of great men you admire. Read their biographies. You'll discover they were rarely popular in their time. They were men who, against all odds, remained true to their vision. They weren't swayed by popular opinion. They were led by a strong inner compass. You'll see how they struggled with their own insecurities and self-doubt, and how they acted courageously in spite of their fear. Next, you must destroy all negative influences. Close your mind against them. Stop listening to the wisdom of the crowds and stick to your own inner direction. Fear is the most debilitating force in the world, and the negative chatter in your mind and in the world around you is designed to fuel that fear. You have to fine-tune your information diet. Everything you consume, the news, the music, the friends you keep, is having an effect on you. Ask yourself, is this person, place, or thing helping me become the man I want to be? Does this add value to my life? Garbage in, garbage out. It's that simple. Be extremely selective about whose advice you seek. Take what you need and abandon what doesn't align with your values and your code. Finally, cut the social consensus umbilical cord. Give up the need to have your decisions pre-approved by your social group. We live in an age of likes and shares, where it can be difficult to know what's true to us versus what we're supposed to think. If you're always basing your decisions on social consensus, you'll never be free. Resist the desire to have others validate you. Follow your inner compass. This self-possession naturally leads to what the author calls masculine sexual confidence. A woman is deeply attuned to a man's confidence, especially in this area. She wants a man who's in touch with his inner animal, but also in control of it. Your sexual confidence communicates to her, on a subconscious level, that you're capable of fulfilling her needs, both physical and emotional. You must be comfortable with the fact that you're a man with needs, and she's a woman who desires your desire. Don't be ashamed of your sexual desires. They're natural. The point isn't to force yourself on a woman, but to communicate your desire for her in a classy, confident way. All of these qualities, character, self-respect, a code of conduct, and confidence, are the building blocks of leadership. And this is the final, crucial piece of the puzzle. The kind of woman who will make your life fulfilling wants to be led by a man who knows how to deal with conflict and make intelligent decisions. Women are biologically designed to seek out a leader to give themselves to. Think of the animal kingdom. The alpha male gets to run the show. While the human world is more complex, the same premise holds true. Men who are highly successful and respected are leaders. But where most guys go wrong is that they focus only on the outward signs of dominance: money, fame, looks. These things are merely representations of leadership. But any man can cultivate the core qualities of leadership within himself. To do this, you must learn to remain calm in conflict. When you're faced with a difficult situation, pause. Instead of reacting, choose your response. Use powerful affirmations to program your subconscious mind. Something like, "I am cool, calm, and in control. I am a self-assured leader, and I make the best decisions at all times." Repeat this to yourself until it becomes your reality. Your mind is more powerful than you realize. You also need to become better at making decisions. There are two ways to do this. First, as we've discussed, study the lives of other great leaders. See what choices they made. Second, get into the habit of making more decisions. Take the initiative. When an opportunity arises, be the one to propose a course of action. Make tough decisions consciously. Don't tiptoe around an issue. The goal isn't to be liked. It's to have integrity and direct your own course. A high-quality woman loves a man who can be counted on to make the tough calls. And this brings us to what may be the single most important aspect of a man's life: his purpose. If you have no purpose, no path, and no mission in life, it'll be impossible for you to reach your highest potential. A man without a purpose is a leaf in the wind. He's a pawn, a tool for men and women who know what they want out of life. There are two extremely important questions every man must ask himself, in this specific order. 1. Where am I going? 2. Who will go with me? You must never ask these questions in the wrong order. Your success and happiness in your life's mission will directly affect your relationship. If you're unfulfilled because you've taken a path that's not your own, you'll be unfulfilled in your relationship. Every man needs a labor of love. He needs to find work that uses his natural strengths and talents. When a man is engaged in work that's not suitable for him, he remains a restless creature. He can have the most wonderful woman by his side, but if he can't find his own path, she can never make him truly happy. This is why it's so important to be on your path before you attempt to attract the right woman. She'll fall in love with the man you are and the path you're on. When you do what you love, you give off an infectious energy. Enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm for your life's mission is incredibly attractive. She loves it when you're in love with something other than just her. A good woman who's right for you will appreciate you more when you're passionately following your dreams. In fact, the minute you lose focus on your mission, she'll try to whip you back into shape. If she can't, she'll slowly but surely lose her respect for you. Your mission in life will draw her in and keep her by your side on your journey. So what's the ultimate secret to being an irresistible catch? It's to continuously evolve into a better man. You should never stop growing. You should always be seeking the next level. This is the path of leadership. Women are attracted to men who illustrate the qualities of leadership. Her love, respect, and desire for him will continue to grow as long as he captivates her by making her a partner in his own grand adventure. Your commitment to ongoing personal development will fascinate her. Women are designed to be our counterparts, to assist us in becoming the best version of ourselves. By committing yourself to such a path, you automatically become irresistible. To walk this path, you must take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming people and circumstances. Accept that you're where you are because of the decisions you've made. Do not complain, ever. Complaining is the mindset of a victim, and nothing is more unattractive. Instead, cultivate a life of deep gratitude. Count your blessings daily. Quit being a consumer and become a producer. Great men create and provide massive value to the world. They're builders. Master your fears of failure and criticism. See failure as a stepping stone, and criticism as a sign that you're doing something worthwhile. Cultivate masculine courage by challenging yourself every single day. Courage is something you do. It's an action you take. And finally, in a seeming paradox to this journey of becoming, you must accept yourself now. All transformation begins with self-acceptance. Forgive yourself for your shortcomings. Stop comparing yourself to other guys and focus on what's right for you at your stage of growth. Be grateful for who you are and what you have, even as you strive to become more. A good woman doesn't want a perfect man. She just wants a man who's perfect for her. The very fact that you've dedicated yourself to a path of continuous personal growth is all she needs to admire, respect, and stay in love with you for as long as you desire. As we wrap up this journey, I want to take a moment to reflect on the profound simplicity of Bruce Bryans' message. In a world saturated with complex dating advice, pickup artist tricks, and manipulative tactics, this book brings us back to something fundamental, something timeless. The core lesson isn't about learning how to get women, it's about learning how to become the kind of man a high-quality woman is naturally drawn to. The transformation it calls for isn't external, but internal. It suggests that the keys to a fulfilling romantic life are forged in the fires of personal character, integrity, and purpose. It's a call to look inward, to take radical responsibility for our lives, and to stop outsourcing our happiness and self-worth to the approval of others, especially women. The idea that a man's most attractive quality is his unwavering commitment to his own mission in life is powerful. It reframes attraction not as a game to be won, but as the natural byproduct of a life lived with conviction. What I find most compelling is the compassionate but firm dismantling of the nice guy syndrome. So many of us were raised to believe that being agreeable and conflict avoidant was the path to being loved. This book gives us permission to shed that skin, to understand that true kindness and strength come not from being nice, but from being honorable, from having the courage to do what's right, even when it's difficult. It's a call to build our own set of principles, our code of conduct, and to live by them, creating an inner foundation so solid that the storms of life and the tests of relationships can't shake it. This isn't a message of becoming a cold, unfeeling alpha male. It's a message of becoming a mature, whole man, a man who's both strong and empathetic, both a leader and a lover. A man who understands that his greatest gift to his woman, his family, and the world is the best version of himself. So how can you begin to apply these principles today, right now? Here are 3 simple, practical actions you can take. First, define your code. Take just 15 minutes today, find a quiet space, and write down 3 to 5 rules that you want to live by. They don't have to be perfect. They can be as simple as, I will always do the right thing, not the nice thing. Or, I will not complain. Or, I will take 100% responsibility for my life. This is the first step in building that inner compass. Second, practice a no. Look for one small, low-stakes opportunity in the next 24 hours to say no respectfully when you mean no. Maybe a friend asks you to do something you don't have time for, or someone offers an opinion you don't agree with. Instead of just nodding along, you can simply say, I see it a little differently, or I can't commit to that right now. Feel the discomfort, and then feel the quiet strength that comes from honoring your own boundaries. Third, clarify your path. You don't need to have your life's purpose figured out by tomorrow, but you can start by asking the right question. Ask yourself this: if money were no object, what problem in the world would I be excited to solve? Just letting your mind wander on that question is the first step to discovering the mission that'll become your North Star. That was a summary of What Women Want in a Man by Bruce Bryans. We've certainly touched on the major themes today, but I'll be honest with you, a summary can only ever be a map. The real treasure is found when you walk the path yourself. The true magic happens in the quiet moments of reading, when a particular story or a simple phrase resonates with you in a way you didn't expect. This summary is designed to help you decide if this book is worth your time. If anything we've discussed today has sparked something within you, I encourage you to grab a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that can genuinely change the way you see yourself, your relationships, and your place in the world. The link to the book is in the description below. Also, if you found this summary valuable, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss our next journey into another life-changing book from the Billionaire's Bookshelf. Your support helps us continue to grow this community. Let's keep learning and growing together.